a little golden looking to me. I went ahead and used the graphitin ones, the Kuretake Graphite colors, and some of the purples and the duo colors in this one to go ahead and make some backgrounds. I like to do that. I like to make some backgrounds with different textures and colors, and just to draw on top of as like a toned surface rather than working on white paper. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I did that last night, and then I did this. This is the duo color. You can see there the duochrome mauve, and the rose of ultramarine is in there. Some indigo, a couple of the different purples, just to create an interesting textured background. I thought it looked cool. Not really doing it a lot of justice in the video. I think my light is too bright. Should I turn it? Let's turn it the other way a little bit. That's a little better. There we go. I'll show you the other one again. It's more gray-green. It's got a lot of graphite texture. And this one also has kind of a lot of texture in it as well. I dabbed it with paintbrushes and the cloths and got really wet with this one. And this is the duochrome green. This sage, I think it's Sagero green. And it splits into like a green and a copper. It's really pretty. It just doesn't, I don't ever like it on its own because it's got a bit of sparkle, which is nice, but not what I'm strictly going for. So I added a bunch of different greens to it to really make that green pop a little bit more, because the green that's in it is very subtle. And then this page is strictly the different shades of graphic tints ones, which actually have a little bit of sparkle as well. Not much, but I liked the different shades all mingling together and the textures it created. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. And then this was just playing with color last night while watching TV, letting each page dry. This one is, what one is this one? This one is the red graphitint one. It's the red one and a little bit of the gray on a very wet surface and kind of dropping it in and letting it bleed out. And this is the different textures that you get. It's more pink in real life. Let's see if I can get it to read pink. There we go. It's a little more pink in real life than the camera's picking up. But it's really cool. I like all the textures. And then this was the last one I did, kind of thick layers of the graphitint. Is it graphitint? Graphite? With the graphite watercolors that I got in an art box, actually. And I just played with this brush, kind of making textures in different directions and letting it dry, and then going over it again with a little more textures and all the colors. I tried to use all the colors in this one, and just to see what they would do together. And I kind of really like that one too. So I just have to figure out from there what I want to put on the surface of each one, like what drawing I want to do, and what other mediums I'm going to layer on top. We're going to start with the top one. I'm going to pick a reference photo. I'm going to film sketching it. I'm going to film the whole process, but I'm going to time-lapse it and do voiceover for YouTube. I'm not going to keep it real-time for you guys, but I will do real-time voiceover if that's what you want. We'll see how long this gets, how crazy the evening wears. Yeah, so I'm just going to get to it. Hi guys, welcome to the voiceover. Decided to do an owl, one of those pretty goldens. They look so sparkly. I think they're barn owls with the heart-shaped base. They're very pretty. Trying to hold my pencil back pretty far, like mid to end of the pencil, so that I don't get lost in details. I'm just sketching in the basic shape right now. I've discovered, in order to get symmetry and to place my subject matter on the paper the way I want it, I really need to do a loose, free outline, basic sketch of basic shapes first, and then go in with refining details. Like here, I got that basic shape of the head in, and now I'm working on the eyes and that beak area. Loose sketch, because I'm going to go over this with the Caran Neocolor II watercolor crayons that I have. I'm not going to wet them down, but I am going to use them kind of like an oil pastel on top of this. I really love those color crayons. They're pretty amazing, very versatile medium. Yeah, basic shapes, just general direction of the feathers. This guy is looking over his back at us, so you know those owls, they can turn their heads pretty far in an alarming kind of way. Yeah, I sped this up 2.5 times, so it took about 20 minutes-ish to get the sketch the way I wanted it to be, and get the feathers in and all the little, as much detail as I wanted so that I'd know where I wanted to go with all the color. After having processed all of the, what do you call it, backgrounds, I don't know why I said processed. After making all the backgrounds and then deciding that I really like putting the Neocolor II crayons on top of a toned surface, I really prefer using them that way. This background was, I don't think it's the background, I think it's the paper. It's a mixed media, I think it's a Canson Mixed Media pad. Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me grab it. I have an extra one over here. Oh, that's the artisan one. I do not have an extra one over there. Oh, I brought it to see the kids. This is a Canson Mixed Media pad. My sister got me a 2-pack just because she does that. And I didn't quite know what I was going to do with it. I don't really need more paper right now. Bristol paper and the more inexpensive watercolor paper and drawing paper, I don't really need any more of that. What I do need is the more expensive, high quality watercolor paper. But I appreciate, you know, every little bit. Right now I'm going in, I decided to do metallics. I'm going in with the silver and getting that glow in on the wings where I want it to be. Don't recall him being silver at all in the background. He had a little bit of gray in him, but yeah, I went total metallics on this because I have those metallic crayons and I honestly don't know what I'd use them for. So I decided to just have a little bit of fun with this piece because it's in a sketchbook, it's practice, and I'm really just want to see what I can and can't pull and do with this kind of paper and these kinds of mediums mixed together. I discovered I like a smooth Bristol with ink on it, and then layer the crayons on top of that. I've used the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay India inks and done some washes on some small Bristol cards that I got in Art Box, and then did ink drawing on that and put on the Neocolor II crayons on top of that, and that turned out amazing. So this is me experimenting with different paper, seeing what I can and can't do. Going in with the white here, really wishing it was more bright and vibrant. Wanted it to be punchy, and it's on top of that gray. It's not really giving me that feel, but I went with it anyways. Just kind of going with the flow and blocking in all the white areas. Super scribbly, and these crayons will, if you rub them firmly, I'm using pretty good pressure here. They will blend together and look smooth and kind of glossy, which is nice. I don't usually go for that kind of effect either. I usually like a pretty matte finish on my pieces, but the vehicle, sorry. It is a really nice day. We're supposed to have like 4 or 5 days of excellent weather, so the window's open. We're really, really getting in there with some serious pressure and blocking in all the white areas. So I don't forget that that's where I want the white areas to be and drop color in there. Because, well, I guess I could use a little bit of water. I tried to see if it would brighten that white. That's what I was thinking it might do. And it did a little bit, but not enough. I probably could put on another layer of white, but I don't believe I did. And just a light application of water. When you lay these down, you do not need a lot of water. Otherwise, it kind of lifts it up off the page, and it gets a little viscous, and it kind of moves it around rather than blending it. Which is fine if that's what you're going for, but that's definitely not what I was going for. And then, I got that copper color. I don't have them in here with me. And decided to drop it in here and there. It's not necessarily something I would normally put in the face of an owl, but I don't know, it just worked for me at the time. And just give some hint of color around the eyes and around the shape of the face and in the top, those little top feathers on his little scalp. Helps with that dimension. And then just basically scribbling in, and I grab alright, so I have the bronze color and the gold, and I'm layering them and kind of letting them peek through the surface so you can see both colors. And I'll go back and forth and get all the colors. I wanted all the metallic colors to be in all the areas all at the same time so that it felt cohesive. So you'll see me go back and forth and work in this area and then change it up and work over that area. Switch back to the copper color and just scribbling in basic feather shapes, not really worrying about realism, more wanted a feel of the owl. Like, I wanted him to feel more mystical than realistic. And I think it kind of worked. I think I might do this piece on a bigger piece of paper, on that excluded Bristol paper, and see how it turns out. And maybe incorporate a little bit of ink work in the face. But for this one, oh yeah, I grabbed a yellow orange and blended on top of those two colors to kind of tone them down and make them look more like they're glowing. I wasn't feeling that glow that I wanted on the feathers with just those two colors. I have a lot of fun mixing these and seeing what they do together and how they play. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend these. And you don't need the big set either. Just I think it's a 36 or 40 count set is more than enough colors. I did splurge and get the big set, but I had been looking at it for a couple of years, I think, and had put it in my cart, out of my cart, and, no, I don't need it. I really, really want it. And I decided to go in with some white, because there was white, like, sparkles on the top of his head. And kind of making the gray, playing with the white over that silver to make that also look more shiny and more like it was soft and downy down there. You know what I mean? Super soft and like a baby duck. That's what's popping in my head. I don't know why. Yeah, just playing with color, seeing what happens, really pushing around, and then there are little white dots with black on them on the feathers that I was trying to convey here. I was really pressing the white in and seeing if I could get it to make those dots, and it wasn't quite working out. A little bit here and there, but not as much as I wanted once again. And then I grabbed the Noir Black, that was Noir Black, and got in the eyes, just kind of tapping and pressing so as not to get too much product down. Didn't want it to smudge with all the other colors. And remembering to leave that little bit of glow in the eye. Yeah, I really like how that's turning out. Just a little adjustment on the shape, and then get the other one in. Yay! Once again, had so much fun doing this. I highly recommend it. Give it a whirl. Pull out all your products, all your stuff. Do some crazy backgrounds, and take those backgrounds and see what you could do on top of them. Ink drawings, gouache paintings. Get out your pastels and do some pastel work on top, chalk or oil. It's a lot of fun to experiment in that way. I did a little bit of black detailing here and there, and just got some final details in here and there. Really dig how it turned out. Really, really dig how it turned out. A little bit of shadowing on the face because it wasn't feeling very right. It wasn't feeling very right to me. Or left, for that matter. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. Had a lot of fun. If you guys liked the video and you would like to see more of this, let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to make them. I enjoy your feedback, and I will answer as many questions as possible, respond to any inquiries, or just general comments. I really enjoy you guys being here, and thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. See, there's those dots, just a little bit of outlining. There they are. Now it's better. Now it feels a little better. It feels a little jeweled to me, like I put jewelry on it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. It is greatly appreciated. We're going to do a little close-up real quick of all the textures. So cool. All right. Bye.